Season 2, Episode 5 of The Mandalorian does some pretty cool stuff for story progression for those of you who are waiting for Baby Yoda's name, which is now apparently Grogu. But for me personally, where the episode truly shines is in where it shows its reverence for Star Wars with its beautiful homage to what inspired the franchise in the first place. Not Flash Gordon, the even bigger influence, Akira Kurosawa and the samurai film genre. To say that the samurai genre and Akira Kurosawa's films influenced Star Wars is putting it lightly. Lucas has stated on multiple occasions how much Kurosawa influenced his creation of the original film.
And after the first one, the first one I saw was Seven Samurai, and after that I was completely hooked. I said, this is really good.
And it doesn't even need explaining. Just watching The Hidden Fortress and A New Hope back-to-back is kind of enough proof that Lucas was, sort of copying Kurosawa's homework. Now, the samurai genre and the Wild West genre also actually have quite a rich history of influencing one another and being sort of bound together in a way.
Kurosawa himself has said that Yojimbo was originally born in part out of a love for the Hollywood Western, and particularly for Shane, an incredibly popular film in Japan and an unusually self-conscious piece of myth-making. In turn, many of Kurosawa's samurai films were remade as westerns. Rashomon was remade as The Outrage, Yojimbo was remade as A Fistful of Dollars, Seven Samurai as The Magnificent Seven.
The Mandalorian commits itself to a pretty intense Wild West vibe and influence, with Mando as the gunslinging Lone Ranger type. He picks up various quests in washed-up towns, he upgrades his armor as he goes on his way. Everything from the music, to the color scheming, to the costume design, the characters, the way they talk. Season 2, Episode 5 of The Mandalorian marries the two genres of Western and samurai film pretty perfectly, paying tribute to both Star Wars' samurai heritage and The Mandalorian's Western influence, with excellent cinematography, choreography, and some pretty good use of tropes from both genres. The episode starts out in a mysterious forest shrouded in mist. The trees look kinda cursed and dead, the earth barren. Already you can draw some comparisons to Kurosawa's films and to the way samurai action scenes are often shot in those. But let's skip forward to around the climax of the episode. A lot of, world building going on in between, but that's not what we're talking about here. At the end here, there's a really well choreographed scene of Ahsoka fighting Lady here, and the Mandalorian dueling this dude right here. And both of them represent a part of what influenced the show and, to a greater whole, Star Wars. Ahsoka's duel as a samurai fight, and the Mandalorian's as a Wild Western duel. The man tries to pull a fast one, and it was kind of the easiest read in the world. Not sure what the guy was thinking there, but Mando shot first. And Ahsoka's overall fighting style and vibe is just so samurai. And here she's in a standoff position. Looks like it could be lifted and out of a modern take of a Kurosawa film. This is also not the first time The Mandalorian has gone back to its Kurosawa-inspired roots. One of the episodes in the first season basically just uses that plot archetype that has been used by so many shows and movies nowadays of training a group of villagers that's been plagued by some larger threat that they can't take care of. It's more poetic for The Mandalorian to do it just due to Star Wars' history with Kurosawa.
Every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
So this episode of The Mandalorian excels in multiple facets, with some of the most significant story progression we've had. And it contains a sizable but respectable amount of fan service as well, in an otherwise kind of filler season so far. And along with all those positive aspects of the episode, it even manages to pay respects to Kurosawa and paint a beautiful scene that represents the intertwined nature of the samurai genre and the Western, harkening back to the height of the genres in the 50s and 60s. In Dave Filoni we trust.